Hey, what's up? My name is Bas, this is That Fabric Guy, and today we're going to look at how we can use the Microsoft Fabric Core MCP server from Claude Desktop. So let's check how that works by diving right into my laptop. All right, on the left side we have Google Chrome. I have some Azure tabs open, I have Fabric open, and I have this Learn tab open with the documentation on how to get started with Fabric Core MCP server. And on the right side, we see Claude, where it says, "Good afternoon, Bas." And I have a prompt set up saying, I want to connect to you, or I want to connect you, Claude Desktop, to Microsoft Fabric using the MCP server documented here. Walk me right through it. Now, this is the first time that I'm actually setting up an MCP server for Fabric. This is something I've not done before. So let's find out how this works. Also, maybe a little bit of background here. So an MCP server is a way that allows an AI chatbot or an agent to talk to a remote API. This is particularly useful because you can now use this MCP that you have connected in order to do things from your AI chatbot. So you can, for example, ask Claude to list all workspaces and then tell you in what semantic model this particular measure exists. Now, in a previous video, I've created a connection between Claude Code in Visual Studio Code and Fabric by using the Git repository sync through Azure DevOps. There I was using Claude Code inside VS Code to change the files, the notebooks and so on in my repository, and then syncing that repository back into Microsoft Fabric. That's cool if you're writing code, but if you want to work with your Fabric tenant, your workspace and your objects, the MCP server is the way to go. Now, again, this is something I've never done before. We will be doing this live on camera, and let's see what we need to do. Okay, so it seems that Claude now says we need to do a couple of things. We need to do command comma. Wait, now I cannot read anymore. And then click connectors, blah, blah, blah. We do the custom connector, and then we connect to this URL. And this is indeed the URL that we find here on the server as well. You don't need to fill in the client ID, blah, blah, blah. We can go through the OAuth workflow, authenticate, and enable the connector in the chat. Okay, that sounds easy enough. Let's go. So we do command comma. We go to connectors. We click on add custom connector. We call it Microsoft Fabric MCP Core. Let's check the typo, Microsoft. And then paste in the MCP URL. Now click on add, and the MCP is now being added. We are not connected yet, so let's hit the connect button and see what's going on. And let's quickly copy this. Automatic client registration isn't supported. Edit the connector, add an OAuth client ID. Okay, I think I need to create a service principal here. Yeah, so we need to register an app. Okay, so let's go to Entra ID then. Go to manage. I've done this before, luckily, so I know where to go. Go to app registrations, new registration, and say Claude Fabric Core MCP. Okay, let's call it Claude Desktop Fabric MCP. That's fine, single tenant. And we do web and then just a callback URL. This is not going well. Need to remove the dot. So there we are. Then create. All right, that looks good. Yeah, let's create. We need a secret then. Yeah, we probably need a secret. So we go creating a secret here. New client secret. Claude Desktop. Let's put this on 24 months. Did you know that through the API you can actually, or through PowerShell for that matter, you can actually put a longer expiry period than 24 months. So that's actually cool. So the UI doesn't let you do more than 730 days, but it will definitely do so through the API. For now, 24 months is plenty. We've created a secret. I've copied the secret value. We will definitely need that. So now we go back. Oh no, not go back here. We need to put in API permissions first, and let's go to where was that again? API permissions. Yeah, so let's go to API permissions first. It can read the user profile, that's all good. And then add permissions for Microsoft APIs, and then we'll find Microsoft Fabric somewhere in this list. I'm probably reading over it. Where's Microsoft Fabric? It's Power BI. So it should be Power BI Service. There we go. And we do delegated permissions. Yep. And we select workspace. Or can we just do everything? Is there an expand all? Is there a select all as well? Oh my. Okay, I want to see everything on workspaces. Warehouse, I don't care for now. Tenant, yes. Storage, yes. SQL endpoints, sure. Database, not necessary. Semantic models, yes, definitely. Scorecards, no. Reports, yes, of course. Pipelines. One lake. All notebooks. There should be an easier way or a better way to do this. Anyway. Mirror databases, no. Lakehouses, yes, of course. This is a lot of stuff. All right, so this was a lot. Now add permissions. Admin consent required, no. But for these we do, so let's grant admin consent, yes. All right, there we go. Now we go back to Claude, command comma, go into connectors, go into the non-connected connectors and hit the MCP. And then, should we remove it? Can we change it? I'm not sure. We cannot change it, I think. Just throwing an error. Okay, so let's remove it then. That's fine. We go here, we pick the endpoint URL, click Add Custom. Microsoft Fabric Core MCP. We put in the client secrets and then the secret ID. Oh, sorry, the client ID. That is here. This one right here. There we go. It's now created but not connected. Let's connect. And now there we go. This is looking quite good because we're now referred back to Claude. Yes, I want that. And here we are. So let's say on all of the tools that we have, always allow, always allow. This can be dangerous, but I'm not connecting it to anything real. So this is only testing for test purposes. And there we are. Okay, done. Now run MCP. Wow, okay. This is cool. This sounds really good. List all lakehouses in that Fabric guy workspace. And now this is where we can actually start working with the MCP. So let's go to Fabric here on the left side and let's find all the lakehouses that we have. There we are. It's cool. Wow, it's quite a lot of lakehouses. There's 12 lakehouses here. 26 selected. So yeah, that means that I have 13. Let's say, I thought we had 13. Yeah, so, okay, he miscounted. And we have indeed 13 lakehouses. Okay, tell me what is inside the gold lakehouse, please. Now this is where it's getting interesting, because now it is going to try and identify the contents of that lakehouse. It found some tools, it's getting item definitions, and I hope it's able to execute queries actually. So that would be really, really cool. Okay, so it's telling me it cannot do list tables, but it's looking through notebooks and shortcuts. The gold lakehouse doesn't have its own physical tables. Let's double check that. I don't really believe that. Here you see there is tables in here, and indeed there are the shortcuts that it's seeing, but it's not seeing the actual tables. So maybe it can write code against the lakehouse, I don't know. It's a management metadata API. Yeah, so it can list, create, update, and move items. Okay. It can write the notebook code and then create or update notebook items. It can not run the items, so we need to run it ourselves. It cannot do T-SQL against the endpoints. That's too bad. It could write the code for me here in the chat, but then again, that's not really going to work. And then we have a skill indeed. We have notebooks available, and no, we do not want that. All right, then, because this is just a test, let's create a folder in this workspace. Call it a Claude MCP and put a semantic model in there. Connect it to Gold Lakehouse using, let's see if we can just do the full setup here. Connect it to Gold Lakehouse using direct lake on one lake, and put a placeholder Power BI report on top of the semantic. Come on, semantic model. I'm afraid it's now going to create a new workspace called Claude MCP. I'm not sure if this is going to... Oh no, it's actually working. So here on the left side, we just saw Claude MCP popping into the screen. This is awesome. Okay, that's cool. Now let's see what it's going to do here. It's going to build a direct lake semantic model on top of Gold. Let me check the item definition guidance before hand authoring TMDL. So it's going to write TMDL code. That's interesting. All right, so it's going to build the semantic model now. That's cool. Let's see how this is going to work. It would be interesting. Nothing's happened yet. So it's now actually creating the item. And it's doing so in this workspace ID, and that's indeed the workspace that we're working in. It's going to call the thing that's done. It's a long-running operation. So it's going to be called Claude MCP Gold Model, a semantic model in a folder. And that's something we cannot see from here. I mean, the semantic model is now here. This is already cool. All right. That seems all right. Let's see what's in this semantic model. It needs it's an invalid date, so it needs processing, but that's fine. It is indeed lakehouse direct lake, so that's cool as well. Placeholder report bound to it. I'm actually quite happy with the progress so far. So let's refresh this for now. Oh, we could have probably done that through the MCP as well. So my refresh history is now empty. It's 5:15 here. That's correct. Okay, let's see. It is a bit slow. I mean, you could probably fire this off, go for lunch. That's fine, but I would have liked it to be a bit faster, actually. It's waiting for the operation. This one is taking notably longer than the semantic model. Let's give it more time. Yeah, indeed. Let's give it more time. I do have to go, by the way, so there's not that much more time to go. Okay, so the report failed. I mean, I think we can see what's going on here. So Claude now just tried to create a report that failed. That's fine. We can already see it can list my workspaces. It can list the objects in workspaces. It can miscount those. And then when you push back a little bit, it will count again. It will correct itself. It created a semantic model out of thin air, basically, and it's now trying to create a report out of thin air, and it's failing to do so. It's very slow, and it made some errors in the schema. However, it is quite powerful, I think, to combine the video I created a month ago, where we can change the code in our Fabric environment through the Git synchronization and Claude Code, combined with this MCP server where we can actually work with the objects in our workspace directly. So I can see a way where we can both create objects as well as write the code for those objects. And that is quite amazing. Now I want to know, because this is the first time that I'm ever touching the Fabric MCP, I want to know, is this something that you're doing as well in your job? If so, let me know in the comments down below. If not, tell me why not, because this seems really, really plausible to make our lives a little bit easier. With that said, we see that the MCP is quite busy. It keeps going and going and going. I'm late already, so I will see you next week. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. That is really the only thing I ask from you, liking and subscribing. If you do not do that, don't come back. No, that's a joke. But please do so. Please come back. Please subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Ciao, ciao.